بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صلى الله عليك يا رسول الله وعلى أهل بيتك المظلومين صلى الله عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. Everybody together. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. صلوات. Inshallah, this year will be the year of the reappearance of our beloved Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajo Sharif with the blessing of another loud salawat. Inshallah, all of us gathering tonight to commemorate the martyrdom of our third Imam Hussein alayhi salam will be amongst the companions of our beloved Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajo Sharif with the blessing of another loud salawat. قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه الكريم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. We're waiting for the sisters inshallah so we can go with the translation of the Quran. He who created death and life, that he may test you to see which one of you is best in conduct. For those who remember, yesterday we started the discussion for this series of talk that I have the honor to serve you brothers and sisters, and that is Allah's test. That all of us, we go through testings. We brought examples that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests us. Why He tests us, how He tests us, inshallah would come in the following nights. Let's think of an example. There was a company, they were about to hire some people. Imagine when we go for interview, everything they ask, we tell them what they want to hear. Do you have good customer service? Of course. Every job that I have been there, I had 5 out of 5 customer service. Are you punctual? Of course I'm punctual. Do you know this job? I know it 100%. Every question that comes and arises verbally, we tell them, yes, we are. So this company came and said, we will change the scenario. We will not start asking them a question. Please pay attention. They said, the one who wants going to be hired by us, we'll take him to a road trip. Road trip, climbing a mountain, going to jungle, 1-day road trip. We are going to change our positions. The CEO will pretend I am the caretaker for this journey. He's no longer the CEO. The person who's being hired, he doesn't know that the CEO is the one who's caretaker. The caretaker becomes the CEO. The vice president becomes the driver. They call this person, let us go to a road trip. Typically, when we get the driver, we say, okay, this is a driver of the company. Doesn't matter. Assalamu alaikum, how are you? We don't pay attention. They take us, they say, this person is the CEO. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, brother? In front of him, we respect. In front of them, we behave. We show our best morality, best conduct in front of the CEO. We would love to have complete silence on this side. The caretaker is not the caretaker. He's the CEO, but this person doesn't know. The company is testing him. Are you following me? He's being tested. This test becomes his application for interview and becomes the process for them to be hired. He doesn't care about the caretaker. Caretaker drops something on the ground. He has a back problem. He just doesn't look at him. He's a caretaker. I don't care about him. But as soon as the CEO wants to do something, he runs. How can I help you? Because he wants to show himself to the CEO. At the end of the day, they tell him, the driver says, Assalamu alaikum, I am the vice president of this company. What would this person feel? The caretaker will say, thank you so much for your cooperation. I am the CEO of this company that you were supposed to be hired. We were testing you. How would this person feel? Basically, he's not going to get hired at all because he treated people not based on their personality, based on the rank that they have. Don't we do the same thing? When we see a doctor, when we see an engineer, when we see somebody that we are in need of him, we welcome them. Warm welcome. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Let me get you some cup of tea. Let me do something for you. But a normal unemployed person walks in here. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Thank you so much. We move on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I created death and life. Why? لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ. So He tests you. أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. Through test, I will find out. He knows it. He wants to show it to us. He knows that we are good or not. Through test, we will know, are we truthful or not? I tell my wife, I love you, wifey, verbally. When it comes to time that I have to buy a gift, it's our anniversary, my heart stops. She goes through some kind of stores that as soon as she walks by the MK store, my heart's kind of just going some couple of strokes at the time. Verbally, I love you. When it comes to action, we lack. Parents, as a kids, father, mother, I love you. Why? Because we are in need of something. But when they tell us, can you take up the trash? Again, me picking up the trash. Verbally, we are at the best of ourselves. Ayyukum ahsanu. Verbally, no. Ayyukum ahsanu amala. In your action, what do you show? That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests us. This applies to our day-to-day basis. We go through tests, as we said in the previous night, every minute of our life we are going through test. On the day of Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes and tells me, Mustafa, I asked for a loan from you. Why didn't you lend me some money? I say, Allah, you never asked me. If you would have asked me to lend you some money, oh Allah, I would have gave you everything. Allah, you are the God. I have some business with you. On the day of judgment, I want you to take care of me. Allah says, I did ask you for loan, but you rejected it. When? When your brother came to you and asked for qard in chapter 2, verse 245, مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا فَيُضَاعِفَهُ لَهُ أَضْعَافًا كَثِيرًا. Who is it that will lend Allah a good loan that He may multiply it for him several fold? When your brother came to you at the time of need, he needed some money, he wanted to borrow some money as a loan, you did not accept him, you rejected him. You could have given him that loan. It was me who came to you and asked for loan. مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ. When you lend money to your brother and sister at the time of need, you are giving loan to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I came to you, but you rejected me. That's the test. Allah said on the day of Qiyamah, I complained to Allah, Allah, I had very difficult life. How many of us, as soon as the sheikh says it's a time for donation, we have problems, difficulties, business is not good. Sheikh, last year the business was very good. This year, the business is problem. You go to them next year, they say, Sheikh, last year the business was good. This year is always, the next year is always the better. When it comes to that, Allah says, I wanted to give you money, but you didn't give first. فَيُضَاعِفَهُ لَهُ أَضْعَافًا كَثِيرًا. I have, oh Allah, I had only $10, $15. I wanted more. Allah said, I brought somebody in front of you to take some loan so I can give you more. But you stopped it. Through test, we find personalities. Through test, we find the true face of the people when they are tested. If I'm sitting at home, no electronics with me, I'm not saying anything, Alhamdulillah, my eyes pure of the pure. Alhamdulillah, I'm not committing sin. But when I walk throughout Mason University, George Washington University, Georgetown, in high school, Lee High School, any of the school that I want, when I go there, that's the time of test. Alhamdulillah, Ramadan comes, Alhamdulillah, pious of the pious. I don't listen to music. When Ramadan finishes, I'm sitting in the car. My father got me a new car. I sit in the car. That's the time of test. Am I going to turn it on or I'm going to keep it off? I'm about to leave the house. In the house, Alhamdulillah, proper hijab. You don't need proper hijab in the house. As soon as you're about to leave the house and you think you have some kind of difficulties, people will look at you differently if you are muhajjaba. That is the time of test. We're all being tested. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring you and I as a sister. I will say, oh Allah, as a sister. Oh Allah, throughout the city that I was living, it was difficult for me to wear hijab. People would look at me badly. Allah will bring another sister which was in worse condition than you, worse city than you, and she was abused, but she kept the hijab. That's the test. فَلِلَّهِ الْحُجَّةِ الْبَالِغَةِ. Allah has the ultimate proof. Anything we say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings something else for us. Please, let's pay attention. Karbala was test for everybody. Not only then, today, Karbala, Ashura, Muharram, Imam Hussein is test for everybody. And it will continue until the day of judgment. Then, a lot of people fell from this test that nobody could have imagined it. Companions of Rasulullah, those who accompanied Rasulullah, they felt the test of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Be careful. Be cautious about Imam Hussein alayhi salam. It's a test that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will test all of us with him. When it comes to the rituals of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, you don't like those rituals, you don't want it to be happen, don't say anything. That's the test of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Somebody wants to do matam fast, let them do it. Somebody doesn't want to do matam, let them do it. Somebody wants to shed tears, they're not doing it for you. Please, let us not fail this test with Imam Hussein alayhi salam. If I'm not a marja', if I'm not a scholar, don't give fatwa about the rituals of Imam Hussein, period. How many people we see at high ranks, they have failed this test. This is with Imam Hussein. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the test with Imam Hussein becomes very, very tricky. So action plan. I might not like a ritual of Imam Hussein. Whatever it is, the sha'a'ir of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Whatever that might be. Whatever that might be. Please don't give a comment. Don't. Why do I want to burn my dunya and akhirah with my own hand? You don't like it? You don't prefer to do it? Nobody said it's wajib upon you. It's not wajib. Some people like to do it. Some people don't want to do it. Everybody free. Freedom of practice, freedom of speech. It's within our religion. Be careful. Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, they were all tested on the day of Ashura. Companions of Imam Hussein, they were all tested. And the test, majority failed the test. That's unfortunately a bad news for me to give you. The night of Ashura, according to some narration, how many people came with Imam Hussein alayhi salam until the night of Ashura? Almost 1,500 people. How many left? 72, 84, say 150 for the sake of argument, 10%. 90 people failed the test of Imam Hussein. Imam said, tomorrow, whatever you thought that you joining me, you might get something out of this, but tomorrow is the day all of us men will be killed. This is the ending. If you thought I will take the Khilafah, you become the governor, you become the mayor, you become the treasurer. No, tomorrow everybody will be killed, decapitated, torn into pieces. I'll turn off the candle. Go. He's merciful. He's the test also. Don't think the test will be easy. As I said, a lot of people have failed these tests from then until today. How much do you think people took money and they sold their imam? How much? If somebody comes to you right now, how much are you willing to take to go and kill the imam of your time? What is your price? Everybody has a price. No, I will not do it. When fear comes, 30,000 people, amongst them almost 18,000 of them, they wrote letter to Imam Hussein alayhi salam to come to Kufa. We will be with you. But they came because of couple of darahim, couple of dollars. Let's say $100 for the sake of argument. They came. Some of them, they were promised a bag of flour or rice, wheat. They came and killed Imam Hussein alayhi salam. That was their price. That's how they failed the test. Are we failing these tests or not? Muharram and Safar starts, we see all of the youngsters on social media, everybody, day of Muharram comes, everybody becomes marja' taqleed. This is halal, this is haram. This is makruh, this is mustahab. We should not do this, we should do this. I dislike this. You're not a marja'. Save yourself, this life and akhirah. Don't give comments. If you don't have facts, well, I think so. I think so. Who am I to think? If I haven't reached the level of understanding the hadith of Ahlul Bayt and the verses of Quran, why should I get involved? That's an action plan. Please, whatever you want to do, do. But for the sake of yourself and your own family, if you don't know anything about the rituals of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, say, Americans have very good, when they don't want to answer, what they say? No comment. Khalas. Don't say yes. Don't say no. No comment. Khalas. Let's continue. Test. Some of us, we take this life very seriously. We think this life is very, very, very something about it. Please, we need as much silence as possible. It's not. It's not as serious as we think it's serious. We have not read Quran, that's why we take this life serious. Before we get to the verse of Quran and explanation, let me give you an example. They call you, they tell you there is a movie, Leonardo DiCaprio and one of these ladies, they're acting in it in Washington, D.C. Everybody, let's go get some autograph. You go there, you find out one person is a banker. They give him $1 million. Leonardo will come in, he will shoot you, everything. He gets the money and back and forth, and you keep the money. He is an actor. Pay attention. Another person, they say your role is that you're going to come here with the car, you're going to crash, You're going to get injury. I said, okay. The movie finishes. We go, we tell the banker, MashaAllah, you became rich. You became rich. Won't he laugh at us? He will say, I was just acting. This $1 million that you saw, only I'm going to get about 10,000 or 20,000 of it. I'm not rich. I was just acting. I go to the injured person. How are you? Are you feeling good? He will laugh at me. Are you okay? I was just acting. Look, all of this are all paint, all gone. They will laugh at us. This dunya is all play. Where do we read it? Chapter 6, verse 32. If we read Quran other than Ramadan. What did I say? If we read Quran other than the month of Ramadan. What did I say? If we read Quran other than the month of Ramadan, action plan. We're going to go home from tomorrow. Are you guys paying attention? Some people yes, some people not. The other people are not paying attention. Are you paying attention? Yes. Thank you. From tomorrow, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, let's have salawat by his name. We can have another loud salawat. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says a believer will recite at least 50 verses of Quran on a daily basis. How many? 50 verses. I'll say, Imam, sorry, we are really busy. We have school. We have homework. We have project that our teacher has given us. We're busy with work. I have to cook. I have everything. I don't have time. No problem. Every day, we'll take 5 verses of Quran. We read the Arabic. Then we read the translation. And we think about one of those verses. How many we read? 5. Then we read the translation. And then think about one of those verses. Chapter 6, verse 32. Chapter 47, verse 36. Chapter 57, verse 20. Chapter 29, verse 64. Allah says in these 4 places, وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَعِبٌ وَلَهْوٌ. This life of yours that you think is this dunya and the life of this world is nothing but play and amusement. Remember the example that we gave? The injury, it's a play. We got injured, but someone is watching us. We've been tested. As soon as we get an accident, oh Allah, what happened? Why me getting to the accident? Start complaining to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From today, I'm not going to pray anymore. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cares. The guy, I had these scenarios. You might laugh at these, but I had these options. The guy has problem with his wife. Comes here, he start cursing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and everybody. Why? They had fight. That was a test. Brother, you lost it. You failed the test. You didn't pass it. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَعِبٌ وَلَهْوٌ. Allah says, I gave you $1 million. It wasn't yours. I gave it to you to give it to someone, to give it to the needy people, to donate, to do this. Why did you keep it? If you would have given it, I would have given you more. But you just kept it. Well, that $1 million, I'm supposed to give you $10 million. I gave you $1 million. You wasted it. The rest not going to come. But you keep giving and more comes. I'll tell you a story. I know I might go over my time. Hatim al-Ta'i. How many of us we have heard his name? Hatim al-Ta'i. A couple of people. Alhamdulillah. He was a very, very, very generous individual. Very generous. It was famous. It was before the time of Rasulullah, he lived. His generosity, it's an example. When somebody is very generous in giving, they say he is like Hatim al-Ta'i. He built a castle with 40 doors. Why? He said, I want the needy person to walk in from the first door for me to give him. Then he can go out. I don't want him to feel shame and embarrassed. He can come from the second door, I can give him. He can come from the third door, I can give him. 40 chances I have given him, to come back and for me to give. May Allah bless all the sisters that are helping us. They asked Hatim al-Ta'i, where did you find to become so generous and giving and giving and giving? If you see when they are building a wall, there's a scaffold, there's a person on top, and there's a person in the bottom. The person on the top receives the block from the person on the bottom. The one throws it, the one on top of the scaffold get it, and he puts it. And then he brings his hand down, the person throws another block. He takes it, he puts it. He said, I was walking one day, I saw that this person, if he doesn't put the block, he's not going to get the another block. So I saw he puts, and then he brings his hand down, he gets it. I found out if I want from Allah more, I give, Allah give. Give, Allah give. That needs iman. That needs belief. That by me giving, I'm going to get it. Where other place to spend and give other than the majalis of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein? I don't have money, I should take loan. These are a hadith of Ahlul Bayt. A person came and to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam and he said, I don't have money to go to the ziyarah. This majlis is a kind of a ziyarah. Going to the ziyarah, Imam said, take loan and go to ziyarah of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. Time comes as a time of test. Tonight, tomorrow, all the way. When the time comes, as the time of donation, am I going to fail this test or not? Let's continue. Last verse for tonight. Chapter 29, verse 2 and 3. Let's have a loud salawat before this verse. Surah Al-Ankabut. أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون لقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم فليعلمن الله الذين صدقوا وليعلمن الكاذبين. Pay attention to the translation. Do the people suppose that they say we will be left off because that they say we have faith and they will not be tested? Certainly we test them. And certainly we test those who were before them. So Allah shall surely ascertain those who are truthful, and then He shall ascertain those who are liars. Prophet Musa ala nabina wa alayhi salam brought his companions from the ocean, split the ocean. Bani Israel just saw the miracle. The whole ocean split. They saw this. They walked. They got on the other side. He told them, follow me. Please, sisters, if we can sit and pay attention. At the end, we can, inshallah, move. They just saw the miracle. They got to the shore. Prophet Musa said, people, stay here 30 nights. I'm going to go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to place, communicate with Allah, receive what I have to receive, and then I'll come back. Okay. At the time of test, everybody's getting tested. Okay. He goes, chapter 7, verse 142. وَوَعَدْنَا مُوسَى 30 لَيْلَةً وَأَتْمَمْنَاهَا بِعَشْرٍ. And when we did appoint for Moses 30 nights and added 10 more nights extra. How many more nights? 10. When Prophet Musa ala nabina wa alayhi salam came, nobody was a believer. Everybody believed in the calf that Samari made, and they all became idol worshiper. 10 days. It didn't need a long time for people to fail tests. Within a matter of a minute, people can fail. We have to be careful. They failed it. They said, what happened to Musa? 30 nights became 40 nights. Maybe something is wrong. And the Samari made the calf from gold and started making noises. Oh, when he came back, they said, Musa, we need God like him. Failed all the tests. And Allah did punish them what He punished. We are being tested today with our beloved Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajul Sharif. Let's have salawat by his name. how many people have failed the test of believing in Imam Mahdi? Number one. How many people failed to believe that he will reappear? Many. How many people came and they said, we are the Mahdi? They failed. Be careful. We'll come, inshallah, in the coming nights, that this era, one of the toughest tests is happening to the people of the end of the time. Akhir al-Zaman. The people of Akhir al-Zaman, they are going to go through a very, very, very difficult time. And test this. We are going through it now. Question comes, Sheikh Mustafa, please, you're scaring us really. With all of these tests and questions and people, 10 days it took them that they failed all of the tests, and me with my eyes and hijab and music and salah and zakat and khums and hajj and jihad and so on and so forth. What can we do? Second action plans. The first one was what? Anybody remembers? Any of the brothers and sisters remember? No, tonight. We read 5 verses of Quran in Arabic. Then 5 verses, the translation of it, and we ponder about one of them. Second action plan. Attending majalis of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein will help us pass those tests. We're about to finish. We can pass the water later on. I'm about to finish. I have a couple of minutes. Please. Attending majalis of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein will guarantee, for many people has done, that they will pass the test. So let us guarantee ourselves, our kids, our community, with what? With attending the majalis of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. By today, like today, the caravan of Imam Hussein alayhi salam reached near Karbala. They faced, let's have the echo on. They faced with the army of Hurr ibn Yazid al-Riyahi. I want to take to a point of how merciful Imam Hussein alayhi salam is, and is the door of opportunity for us coming here, shedding tears for Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. Even if you think you cannot shed tears at the time of Masa'ib, put your head down and cover your face. Pretend that you are crying. Imams of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam have said, even if you pretend you are crying, wajabat lahul jannah. We can turn off the lights. Imam Hussein alayhi salam comes, and he is facing with the Hurr ibn Yazid al-Riyahi. As soon as the army and the army of Hurr ibn Yazid al-Riyahi reaches Imam Hussein alayhi salam, look how merciful is Imam Hussein alayhi salam. As soon as they reach Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, Imam sees that they are thirsty. Where do you find such individual? Imam sees that they are thirsty. He orders his companions, please pay attention. He orders his companions and he tells them, make sure you give this 1,000 army, give them all water. Oh, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, why you give water to your enemy? Not only to the enemy, he said also, you know, when you have horses, those horses, when they are running, they cannot drink water right away. You have to first put some water, throw some water on their body for their body to cool down, and then they can drink water. Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, not only these 1,000 people, the army who are here as our enemy, should be drank water, but their horses. Look at the mercy that Imam Hussein alayhi salam has even to the animals. He said even to the animals, make sure to give them water. One of the companions said, I was the last one who reached there. I was so thirsty. Imam Hussein alayhi salam, with his own blessed hand, he gave me water and he made me drink water. But Imam Hussein alayhi salam, what these people do to you a couple of days from now, 7 days and 8 days from now, the same people who Imam Hussein alayhi salam gave them water, even to their horses, verses. The same people, when Imam Hussein alayhi salam came and he was pleading to them, he was begging them for some water for Ali al-Asghar, who is a 6-month-old infant. The same people did not pay attention, and rather than giving some water to Ali al-Asghar, we know what they did, that Harmala took the arrow with 3 heads and they shot toward the neck of the 6-month-old infant. Imam Hussein alayhi salam is coming back, and at the same time he sees his girls, Sukaina, all of these girls, they're asking, Amma, Abba, we need water. It has been 3 days that we haven't drank water. The same people that Imam Hussein alayhi salam gave water, they came and they didn't pay him back. Water with water. They were the same Muslims that Imam Hussein gave them water, but they did not pay attention to the screaming of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين.